Welcome to another episode of Deep Dive into Real Estate by Team Luddy Dillon. This is the place where we simplify real estate for you, one topic at a time. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep into Brampton Real Estate, February 2025.
Sounds exciting.
It is, and we're coming to you from Luddy Dillon's real estate team.
You know the Peel region.
Brampton, Caledon, Mississauga, since 2007.
Wow, that's a while.
It is. We're here to help you make those tough real estate decisions, buying, selling, even investing.
Right, whether you're just starting out.
Or looking for that dream upgrade. We've got you covered. So Brampton in 2025, is it booming? Or are there things we need to watch out for?
It's a bit of both, honestly. The average home price is, get this, almost $1 million.
$1 million, that's a lot.
$982,688 to be exact.
Wow. And we've seen a huge jump in new listings.
Huge. 125% increase just last month. Almost 1,250 new listings.
So is that good or bad if you're thinking of selling?
It's tricky. More listings mean more choices for buyers, which can be good. But sellers, you got to stand out.
Okay, so it's not a guaranteed win for sellers.
Not exactly. But interest rates are dropping, making it easier to buy.
True. And Brampton is growing like crazy.
Exactly. More people, more demand. So we might be shifting towards a seller's market.
Interesting. Okay, so who are these buyers coming to Brampton?
It's a real mix. We've got first-time buyers going for those condos and townhouses, around $850,000.
Okay, so that's the entry point.
Pretty much. Then you've got the move-up buyers, families needing more space.
Right, that bigger backyard for the kids.
Exactly. They're spending $1.5 million or more.
Wow. And what about those looking to downsize?
We see them too. They like those condos around $550,000.
Makes sense. Easy living, right?
Yeah. And close to all the fun stuff, restaurants, shops, you know.
Sounds like Brampton has something for everyone. So we've got those lower interest rates helping buyers, but what's driving this whole Brampton boom?
Three main things. Lower interest rates, of course, then remote work, and good old population growth.
Okay, break that down for me.
Lower rates. Makes borrowing cheaper, more people qualify for mortgages, prices go up. It's basic economics.
Got it. But remote work, that's changing things, right?
Absolutely. People don't need to be downtown anymore.
So they want something different.
Right. More space, that home office everyone wants, maybe a quieter life.
Makes you rethink what a dream home is.
Totally. And Brampton fits the bill for many. You know, suburban, parks, family-friendly.
So it's not just a place to sleep anymore. It's where you live, work, everything. Pretty appealing, actually.
It is. It's got that whole work-life balance vibe.
Has it changed what you'd want in a home? I'm kind of craving a bigger backyard myself these days.
You know, it has. I used to love being downtown. All the action, restaurants.
That makes sense, but...
But now, I find myself thinking about those quieter areas. More nature. Brampton has that, definitely.
Yeah, like our priorities are changing with the market.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Okay, so let's look ahead. What's the rest of 2025 looking like for Brampton real estate? Will this boom keep going?
Well, we think prices will keep climbing, maybe averaging $1.07 million by the end of the year.
So no slowing down.
Not really. Market should stay balanced, around 7% growth in sales and new listings. Good time to sell, for sure.
But earlier you mentioned a possible slowdown in the condo market.
Right, that's something to watch. While houses are hot, condos might actually see a price dip.
A dip, how much are we talking?
Maybe as much as 8%.
8%. But everything else is going up. Is that good news for first-time buyers?
Could be. A chance to get in at a lower price. But it raises questions, too. Is it temporary? Or is something bigger going on with condos?
Right, like is this a hidden opportunity? Maybe now's the time to buy a condo.
It's possible, but you got to understand the market before jumping in. Not just the big trends, but the little things, too.
Okay, so let's talk about those selling. Why are people choosing to sell in Brampton right now? Is it just about the money?
Well, some are definitely motivated by those high prices. Cashing in, moving on to something new.
Makes sense, but it can't be the only reason.
You're right. Sometimes it's about life changes. Families grow, kids move out. Maybe you need more space.
Or less space.
Exactly. And this market, things are selling fast, often above asking price. So sellers feel good about making a move.
They know they can find something else.
Right. It's not just about the money. It's about finding the right place for your life right now.
I like that. So where are these sellers going? Are they staying in Brampton?
Some are leaving, maybe retiring somewhere quiet or moving closer to family, but a lot are staying in the region.
Why is that?
Brampton's economy is booming. Jobs in tech, healthcare, logistics. It's attracting people and keeping them here.
So even if they sell, they're not leaving Brampton for good.
Nope. It's a cycle. A healthy economy fuels the housing market, which attracts more people, and so on. Everyone benefits.
But let's be real, navigating this market can be overwhelming, even for those who've done it before. So many things to think about. Mortgage rates, neighborhoods, the difference between a condo and a house. You need help, right?
Absolutely. That's where someone like Laddie Dillon and his team come in. They know this market inside and out.
Almost 20 years in the Peel region. That's got to count for something.
It does. They're the experts, and they can make a real difference.
Like having a real estate GPS. So, if you're lost in the Brampton market, reach out to Laddie Dillon's team. Don't go it alone. But before we wrap up this part, I want to come back to the condo slowdown. Could that be a sign of a bigger shift? Are condos losing their appeal?
That's the big question. They've always been that affordable way to enter the market, especially for first-time buyers. But things are changing.
Like what?
Well, take remote work. Now people want bigger spaces, those home offices we talked about. You don't always get that in a condo.
True, if you're working from home all the time, a tiny apartment might not cut it.
Exactly. You need space to breathe, to work, maybe some outdoor space too. So maybe those houses, even though they're pricier, are more appealing now.
I can see that. But condos still have their perks, right?
Definitely. They're often cheaper, less maintenance, and sometimes they have amazing amenities. Gyms, pools, you name it. Things you don't get with a house. So it really depends on what you need, what your priorities are.
Okay, so there's no one-size-fits-all answer in Brampton.
Exactly. Whether you're thinking condo or house, you got to weigh the pros and cons.
Yeah.
Figure out what fits your life. That's where expert guidance can really help.
Like from Laddie Dillon's team.
Exactly. They can look at your specific needs, explore your options, help you make a confident decision.
Because buying a home is a big deal. It's a huge decision.
It is. And it can be scary, even if you've done it before. There's always that what if in the back of your mind.
So how do you deal with that? How do you approach this whole process with more confidence?
Knowledge is power, right? The more you understand about the market, the less intimidating it becomes. Resources like this deep dive are a great place to start.
It's about getting informed.
Exactly. You don't need to be a real estate guru. There are experts like Laddie Dillon's team who can help you every step of the way. They've seen it all, and they can guide you to success.
So find the right partners, do your research, and take that leap. But before we move on to part 2, one final thought. We've talked about the good, the bad, the trends, but what does the future hold for Brampton's market? Any predictions? Will it keep going up?
That's the million-dollar question. I don't have a crystal ball, but Brampton's future looks good. Diverse population, strong economy, growing community. As long as that continues, the real estate market will likely follow.
That's good to hear. But real estate is a roller coaster, right? Ups and downs are inevitable.
True. Don't get caught up in the hype. Make smart decisions for the long term. And remember, real estate isn't just about money. It's about finding a home, building memories, creating a future.
Beautifully said. So it's about finding that balance between practicality and emotion.
Exactly. And sometimes that takes some soul searching, some patience, but it's worth it. Because finding the right home is about finding a place that truly feels like yours.
And that feeling is priceless. So let's wrap up this part of our Brampton deep dive. We've covered a lot, but we're just getting started.
There's more to come.
Absolutely. And remember, if you're thinking about buying or selling in Brampton, don't hesitate to reach out to Laddie Dillon's team.
They're the Peel region experts.
Yeah.
They can help you navigate this market and make your real estate dreams a reality.
So whether you're dreaming of a condo or a spacious house, the perfect home is out there. And with the right guidance, you can find it.
Absolutely.
We'll be back soon with more insights and expert advice. Stay tuned.
Can't wait. And sometimes it's about, maybe wanting a change of pace. Maybe they're looking for something different.
Right, like downsizing, upgrading, or maybe just a new view out the window.
Exactly. And in a market like this one where things are moving so fast, sellers, they feel confident. They know they can sell quickly.
And probably get a good price too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Often even above asking, so it makes that transition smoother. Whether they're upsizing or downsizing, they know they can make that move.
Okay, that makes sense. It's not always just about the money. It's about finding that right fit for your life.
Right.
Got it. So where are all these sellers going? I mean, if they're selling in Brampton, are they staying in Brampton? Or moving further out?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. Some are leaving, maybe retiring somewhere peaceful, or closer to family in another city.
Sure, that happens.
But you know what? A lot of them are staying in the region. They're not leaving Brampton completely.
Why is that? I mean, if they're selling their house, why not try somewhere new?
Because Brampton itself is growing so much, the economy here is really strong.
Okay, so there are jobs.
Tons. Tech, healthcare, logistics, you name it. So it's attracting new people and keeping those who already live here.
So it's like a win-win. People sell, maybe make a profit, but they can stay in the area if they want because there's opportunity here.
Exactly. It's a cycle. Strong economy means a strong housing market, which brings in more people, and it just keeps going.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But, honestly, all this talk about markets, trends, it can be a bit overwhelming, even for people who've bought or sold before.
Oh, I know.
There's just so much to consider.
Right. It's true.
Mortgage rates, which neighborhoods are hot, what's the difference between a condo and a house? Do you even need a real estate agent these days?
That's where a good agent can be invaluable.
Someone who really knows the area.
Exactly.
That's what Laddie Dillon and his team bring to the table, right? They're not just some random agents.
No way. They've been working in the Peel region for almost 2 decades,
Yeah.
Brampton, Caledon, Mississauga, they know those areas inside and out.
Like the back of their hand, so they can cut through all that confusion.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if you're feeling lost, reach out to Laddie Dillon's team. They're the experts. But before we wrap up, I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier, that slowdown in the condo market. Is that a sign of something bigger? Are condos just not as popular anymore?
Well, it's a great question, and it's definitely something to watch. I mean, condos have always been a popular choice, right?
Actually, for first-time buyers.
Exactly. More affordable, often. But we're seeing some trends, some changes.
Like what?
Well, like we talked about before, that whole remote work thing. Now people want bigger places. They want a dedicated home office. And, you don't always get that in a condo.
Yeah, that makes sense. If your home is your office, you need the space.
Right. You need room to breathe, room to work, maybe even a little outdoor space to enjoy. So detached homes, townhouses, even if they're more expensive, they might be winning over some buyers.
Interesting. So condos, they're facing some competition.
They are. But, it's not like condos are suddenly bad or anything. They still have a ton of advantages.
Like what?
Well, like we said, often they're more affordable. They require less maintenance. You don't have to worry about mowing the lawn or shoveling snow. And a lot of them have these incredible amenities, gyms, pools, even concierge services. You wouldn't get that in a detached house.
Yeah, that's true. So it's really about figuring out your needs and your priorities.
Exactly.
There's no one right answer for everyone. Whether it's a condo or a detached home, you got to figure out what fits your life. And honestly, that's where having some expert advice can really help.
100%. Someone who can look at your specific situation, your budget, your lifestyle, and say, okay, this makes sense for you, or maybe this is a better option.
Exactly. They can help you make a decision that you feel good about.
Yeah.
And speaking of feeling good, let's be real for a minute. Buying or selling a home, it's a big deal. It's emotional. It's stressful. There are always those doubts, those what-ifs swirling around in your head.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge step. And it's natural to feel anxious.
So how do you deal with that? How do you approach this whole thing with confidence and clarity?
Well, I think one of the best ways to combat those anxieties is knowledge. The more you understand the market, the process, the different factors that influence prices and trends, the more empowered you'll feel to make a decision that's right for you.
Okay, so it's about educating yourself.
Exactly. And that's why resources like this deep dive, are so valuable. They provide a starting point for your research, help you get that knowledge, and ultimately help you feel more confident in your decisions.
I like that. Knowledge is power, right?
Yeah.
The more you know, the less intimidating the whole thing becomes. And hey, you don't have to be a real estate whiz to navigate this market.
Yeah.
There are experts out there, people like Laddie Dillon and his team, who are passionate about helping others.
Absolutely. They can demystify the process, guide you through the complexities, and help you avoid potential pitfalls.
They've seen it all, right?
They have. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, remember you're not alone. Reach out to Laddie Dillon's team. Let them be your trusted advisors on this journey.
Okay, so it's about finding the right partners, arming yourself with information, and taking that leap of faith, knowing that you've done your homework, you've got experts by your side. But before we wrap up this part, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about. We've talked about all these trends, the challenges, the opportunities, but what does the future really hold for Brampton's real estate market? What's your prediction? Will it keep going up?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And honestly, I don't have a crystal ball, but I can say this. Brampton's future looks bright. It's a city with a lot going for it, diverse population, strong economy, a real sense of community. And as long as those things remain strong, I think the real estate market will continue to reflect that positive energy.
That's reassuring.
It is.
But even in a strong market, we have to be realistic. Real estate goes up, it goes down. There are peaks and valleys.
You're absolutely right.
So how do we stay ahead of the curve?
Well, I think the key is to be prepared.
Yeah.
Stay informed, keep an eye on the trends, and have a long-term perspective. Don't get caught up in the hype of the moment.
Don't panic, basically.
Exactly. Make decisions that are right for your individual circumstances and your long-term goals. And remember, real estate is more than just an investment. It's about finding a place to call home, a place where you can build memories, create a future.
I love that. It's about more than just bricks and mortar. It's about finding a place that feels like yours.
And that feeling, that sense of belonging, that's priceless.
Absolutely. It's something that goes beyond market fluctuations or interest rates. It's a feeling that speaks to the heart of what it means to have a home.
It really is. That feeling of home, it's something special.
It is. Okay, so we've talked about the market, the trends, those anxieties buyers and sellers might have. But let's get practical for a second. If someone's listening to this thinking, okay, I'm ready to jump into Brampton real estate, what's the first step? What should they do?
Well, first off, congratulations. Taking that first step is huge. And honestly, the best thing you can do is find the right people to guide you.
Okay, so don't go it alone.
Exactly. Especially in a market like Brampton, it's moving fast, things are changing. You need someone who knows the ropes.
Someone who can help you make sense of it all.
Right. And that's where, someone like Laddie Dillon and his team come in. They've got that deep Peel region knowledge.
They've been doing this a long time, so they've seen the ups, the downs, everything in between.
Exactly. They can anticipate those market shifts, help you avoid those common pitfalls.
And they can connect you with the right people, right? Like mortgage brokers, lawyers, all that.
Oh, absolutely. They've got a whole network that can make the whole process so much smoother, less stressful, for sure.
Okay, so step one, find the right team. What about step two?
Step two is all about getting clear on your goals. What are you looking for? What are your must-haves, your deal breakers? What's your budget? Figure that out first.
Makes sense. You got to know what you want before you start looking, right?
Exactly. Otherwise, you'll get overwhelmed. You'll start chasing every shiny new listing. Stay focused.
Right, and once you know what you want, you can start doing your research, right?
Absolutely. Check out different neighborhoods, look at comparable properties, get a feel for what things are going for. There are tons of online resources, and of course, talk to your real estate team. They'll have the most up-to-date information.
Like being a detective, but for houses.
Huh.
So we've got find the right team, figure out your goals, do your research. Anything else people should keep in mind?
Be patient. The market is competitive. Finding the perfect place takes time. Don't rush it.
Okay, patience is key. Don't get discouraged if things don't happen overnight.
Right. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Your real estate team, they're there to help you understand everything. No question is too small.
Awesome. Great advice. So Brampton in 2025, it's a hot market, but with the right guidance, anyone can find their dream home, right?
Absolutely. Whether you're a first-time buyer, seasoned investor, downsizing, whatever your situation, Brampton has something to offer.
It does seem like a really dynamic place. So much going on, so much potential.
It is. And it's exciting to be a part of it.
It is. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about the Brampton market, the trends, the challenges, the opportunities, what to expect in 2025.
We did. A real deep dive.
It was. And hopefully our listeners are feeling more informed, more confident about taking that next step.
I hope so, too. Knowledge is power, right?
Absolutely. So, to everyone listening, if Brampton is calling your name, if you're ready to explore this exciting market, remember what we talked about today.
Find the right team, get clear on your goals, do your research, and be patient.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And remember, Laddie Dillon and his team, they're the Peel region experts. They're ready to help you navigate this market and make your real estate dreams come true. So don't hesitate to reach out. They're the best in the business.
They are.
Well, that wraps up our Brampton real estate deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
It was fun.
It was. And remember, whether you're buying, selling, or just dreaming about that perfect place, the future of real estate is in your hands. Make it a bright one.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back with something new and something interesting.